to think that I'm actually going to get copyrighted and not make any revenue from this video for this music.
We should play Rhythm and Vibes, innit?
Yeah. And then you make the revenue.
Go, spit some bars. Let's go.
Alright, so we're pumping the weights. It's like, don't be late. And
today I'm going to be taking you through a full body workout with Manny and Jed. Before we get into it, I'm going to be trying a different style in this video because most of the clips and music was so loud in the background that you can't even hear the feedback that I was giving to the guys on their form. So I'm going to show you the full session with a voiceover of some of the exercises. I'm going to show you some of the exercises of those guys joking and laughing around, but most of it is going to be voiced over. I'm going to be explaining to you guys what we are doing and what I see in terms of their form and the feedback that I'm giving them. If you do like the style of this video, please make sure you drop a like, and if you are new around here, please make sure you hit subscribe and turn your notifications on. I'm going to be uploading pretty much loads of footage. I've got so much footage already recorded of Manny, Vic, and loads of the football training that I've already started doing with Vic for the football match coming up, the Sidemen charity match. So make sure you hit the subscribe. If you want to get yourself a training plan written by me, please make sure you check out coachrichard.store. The link is in the description. Okay, so getting into this first exercise, we are doing a high row with Manny, which means we're pulling from above and pulling down and back. It's a great exercise for the muscles in the upper back and mainly the lats. So Manny has got the left shoulder dislocation that he had 5 months ago, and in the early sets, I'm actually showing you only his first set here. So the second set and the third set was really good form, but can you see the left side is rising up? So I'm always watching the positions that his body's going in, and I'm constantly talking to him, telling him the left side's higher, and also the left side stretches out a little bit further because obviously that joint's been overstretched. He needs to relearn the proprioception of where that joint is so that he can improve that. So I'm always talking to him. So that's the first set. In the second set, as usual, he always gets it bang on smack in the right positions. Jed is actually carrying quite a lot of tension today in his right shoulder. So in the levator scapula, which goes from the shoulder up to the back of the head, it basically lifts the scapula. Levator scapula, you can see it's a little bit tight on the right side. Now I'm quite good at seeing these things early on in the session. You couldn't see in that first few reps, but I was already starting to tell him about it. You'll see as the next set, I'm going to show you a little snippet of Jed's next set, and towards the end of this set, it's starting to get a little bit tighter and a little bit tighter on that right side. You can see it coming a little bit and a little bit more, and that's what happens when you've got tension in the muscle and you don't start to focus on it and get in the right place. So we're going to look in the next set now, set number 2, and you can see it's much higher now on the right side. You see that right side really starting to come up. So these are the kind of things that you want to be looking for with your training partners to make sure you can give them the best feedback and form. And also if you're recording yourself training, it's the stuff you want to be looking out for to get yourself improved as much as possible. So now we're going to move in on the bench press. We're going to do 3 sets at 60 kgs. And what I'm trying to tell him is, I'm saying over that way, over that way. So sometimes Manny brings it a little bit high. It's almost like going almost into a neck press. We want to get the bar right above the peak of his chest, where he's holding his chest up in the air and his shoulders are retracted. He's got the arch, the chest is nice and high. We want to aim for that bit. And you can see the right elbow now starting to flare backwards. It's actually the left shoulder he dislocated, but the right elbow is starting to flare. That's because the right side is a little bit weaker now because we've done such a good job at making the left side really stable. So we are going to be moving in and working a little bit more on the right side to make that stable too now. Moving on to Jed. Jed hasn't actually been training with me all that much up to this point recently. We've done stuff before in the past. Last year we did quite a lot, but just in recent months he hasn't been training with me too much, but he's been doing a lot of training with football. He's been doing a lot of bodyweight circuits. So this is him kind of getting back into the gym. So the reps are a little bit less than what you saw Manny give us, and he's struggling a little bit now. But what I see with Jed a little bit more is really tense. You can't see it from this angle, but really tense in the right shoulder. And now you see the right elbow really flaring back quite a lot as I'm assisting him. So now I'm going to explain that to him. It's important when you've got training partners, or if you're a PT or coach, these are the kind of things you're looking for. And then you explain to them, you show them what they're doing so they can understand. Next, we're going to move into the hamstring curls, and one thing I noticed on hamstring curls is that people like twerking, and Manny in particular really enjoys twerking on hamstring curls. So I'm always trying to get him to engage his core and make sure that the contraction is coming through the hamstrings and not by really arching and compressing his lower back, because you can get, especially under fatigue, if I allowed him to keep going with that twerk in the lower back, it will get more and more and more pressure in the lower back. And plus, we don't want his lower back doing the work right now. We want his hamstrings doing the work. We want the glutes to be engaged. Next, what I always do when I'm doing hamstring hamstring curls is make sure the feet are facing the direction I want them to. So right now we're doing it with the feet facing directly downwards. If you turn the feet outwards, you're working slightly more of the outside hamstring, the bicep femoral. So I want a full hamstring workout, I want them facing downwards. So that's why I keep telling him, keep that foot straight, don't let it turn out. You can see it sometimes actually with the right foot going down to the bottom, he's turning it out. Okay, so next we're going to move on to Jed's hamstring curls, and Jed is actually really good at holding his core on hamstring curls. He doesn't twerk as much as Manny does, but again, you can see me then just pointing to his abs, reminding him, talking to him. But what I'm going to do with Jed is I'm going to make sure, because he's also holding his feet quite straight. Bear in mind that Jed has been a lot more active, he's been doing a lot more running, he's been playing a lot more football. So he's a bit more switched on than Manny with the full body exercise work, because me and Manny have been really focused on that shoulder dislocation. So although we've been doing stuff, it's not been as focused as Jed has been able to be, because he's not had an injury to deal with. But what I'm going to be doing now with Jed, I'm just reminding him about that core. Don't let that twerk start to come in. Keep everything really tight. And then what I'm going to do is start to slow his feet down on the way down on the last couple of reps. So we're getting a good eccentric contraction. So he's getting it up, and I want you to slow it right down. Now get an eccentric contraction. Don't let me take the weight. That's the things that I'm saying to him. Don't let me take the weight. Don't let me take the weight. Nice and slow and controlled. Up, and from the top, control it. Grab hold of it and keep it smooth. Not robotic and jittery. Smooth all the way down. And that's a really good way to work the hamstrings eccentrically. Now we're going to move on to Manny's next set, and you can see now he's got a little bit of fatigue. I wanted to show you when I'm not there, like really guiding him with that twerk, you can see that compression in the lower back could become quite bad, and he will get really stiff lower back if he keeps doing that. What I'm going to do though is I'm reminding him of that, I'm talking to him about that, but I'm also now slowing the hamstrings right down on the way down. Eccentric contraction, come on, get on with it. Back up, give me another rep. He's up, and I want you slow from the top, slow and controlled. So you can see actually Manny's much stronger in the upper body right now than Jed, because Manny's been focused on that, so we could get a shoulder really stable. You can see Manny's back on the bench actually, he's really grown, he's done really well. Now Manny's not behind on leg work in terms of the size of his legs, but we do need to get conditions and this stuff back on, so you can see the difference in the two because of what we've been focusing on with Manny. He's just saying there, wow, my glutes are so tight. He's, Manny likes to laugh and joke and complain. Now, moving on to leg press, this is extremely important. I'm explaining to him, when you've opened those handles, don't hold on to them, because if you hold on to the handles that you open leg press with, they move around. You don't want to be gripping something and pushing a heavy weight with handle that moves around. So you open them, let go, and then grip the firm handles. The reason I put this set in purposely, I want you guys to be aware, I'm trying to get him to come deeper. I want him to come deep and touch my hand. He's not quite making on most of these reps. I want him to get right down, but then I don't want him to extend out of the top. Now he's not straightening out his legs at the top, but when he goes to put the weight away now, he locks his leg out. It's like he pushes it high, and he doesn't need to, because his legs are high enough for the frame. And you see that left leg, that wobble? That is dangerous, and I'm really tying him off at that point after that set. When you put the weight away, do not extend your legs out to locked out. You're not doing that through your reps in the set, so don't do it at the end. Manny, we're going to step the weight up with him, and the same thing. I'm telling him to hold on to those handles there that are stable, they're not going to move. I'm getting him down. He's doing these not too bad. He's got very stiff hips at the front as well, Manny. So we're trying to open up the range of the front of his hips, but it makes leg press a little bit difficult because he's coming down, he's getting quite a lot of compression in the hips. But we are improving it, and it is working. These reps are not too bad. I'm happy with them. It's a little bit short on the range. See how he didn't lock his legs out to put it away? It was just high enough. You can just bring the handles in from that point, and you do not want to lock your leg out on leg press, because you will snap your leg backwards. Hopefully you won't snap your leg backwards, but we don't want to be putting you in that position. So we've stepped up the weight now with Jed. We're going for 4 plates each side, so this is still relatively light for where I want to get both of these boys to. Now, that's better with Jed. You see he's getting deeper than he was in the last set. I'm happy with that, but now I'm going to push him and try and get even a little bit deeper, touching my hand. There we go, and now at the top he's not extending out and locking out. Perfect. This is exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. So I'm happy with this. Also, when you're on the leg press, make sure you're pushing through the heels, not just through the midfoot and the front foot. You want to be pushing a lot of the way through the heels. And I want to see on this set, I'm talking to him, I'm saying, do not lock your legs out when you put it away. Hold it there. There's enough space, and down and in. That's it. Much better. And I was happy with that. Okay, we're going to go in with Manny. This is going to be the last set that we're going to look at for leg press. This set, I'm going to try to get him deeper. So we're going to push it now. I want to get him right down here. Touch my hand. Now you see he's getting deeper on there. I'm getting happy with these reps now. This is a real grind for Manny, just because of the amount of time. You have to understand the amount of time that we've missed. Also, bear in mind that the guy's getting married soon. He's got so much going on. He's uploading on his channel pretty much every day. You've got to have so much respect for him to keeping the training going. Bro, I swear down, that was so deep I didn't think I was going to get it up. But you did, Manny. I believe in you, and that's why I pushed you to go that deep. Right, with Manny now, we're going to move on to some chin-ups. What I'm doing, first of all, I'm using, which is really great for someone who's had an injury or someone who can't pull their full body weight, I'm using the assisted chin-up. So I've taken like about 30 kilograms, I think it was, off of his body weight. And then we're just guiding it in the first set, and we're just getting him to make sure that he's pulling that shoulder in. Now he's done a couple of exercises, he does actually get it quite even. So I'm just getting him, always reminding him, telling him, talking to him all the time, telling him where his left shoulder is so he can relearn it. So next we're going to move on to Jed's pull-ups. Obviously he's not going to do them assisted, he's not being injured. But you can even see from this angle now, that right side, it's getting higher. And that's what happens through the session. You see the tension coming in his shoulders. I'm telling him to retract his shoulders, draw them down before you pull, and get that right side away. And you can see he's really trying to do that. That's the feedback I'm giving him. And also now he's controlling the swing better than he was in the first couple of reps. This was actually Jed's last set though. So we did do 3 sets of this, and the first couple sets he did 10 reps, but it was a pretty big weight session for someone who's not been in the gym for a little while.
That's the most annoying thing, when you stop, because you just can't get it back.
That's it, when you stop it's really hard. Next we are going to go in with Manny's pull-ups, and look at how beautiful the form is on those. I'm really proud of it. He's just getting his chin above the bar. That one was a little bit more tense in his neck, but I'm telling him, talking to him all the time, telling him about where the left shoulder is. But you can see through his t-shirt the amount of muscle he's built up around the back of that shoulder now. We've really worked so hard on the rotator cuff muscles, the teres minor and major muscles, everything that holds that shoulder in place. Now I'm not going to give him too many reps on this because I don't see the point. I want to keep him safe. He's just getting back to doing bigger exercises, and we are making progress, but we want to keep him healthy, so we're going to stop when the form starts to show that it's going a little bit. So that could be 5 reps, it could be 6 reps, it could be 9 reps, it could be 2 reps. So when I see the form starting to go off a little bit, that's when we pull him back.
To think that I'm actually going to get copyrighted and not make any revenue from this video for this music.
We should play rhythm and vibes, innit?
Yeah. And then you make the revenue.
Go, spit some bars. Let's go.
Alright, so we're pumping the weights, it's like don't be late, and out is 8 and Hey, do you know what, yeah, your flow makes me laugh so much.
I got different flows, don't watch it. That's just rhyming though, that's just rhyming. If I sat there thinking, I'll give you a quick 8 bar.
Okay, we're going to go together. So if you get ahead, that's your problem. It's on my count.
How many is it?
Pardon?
How many is it?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. How many are you going to do? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Go. 1. Bit quicker. 2. 3. That's the rhythm. 4. 5. 6. Jay, get your head back. 7. 8. 9. 10, 11, keep it tight, 12, 13, don't get faster, 14, I'm not going to count any quicker than this, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, don't wait for him, Manny, 20, if he dies, 21, oh, 22, you didn't even get 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, keep it tight, 28, let's go, 29, 30. Well done. Now the first day we trained, yeah, you did 32, but they were terrible form. They were good form, and you done the push-ups. Sorry, you done 3 sets on bench press. You done pull-ups. Good, bro. Well done. Done. You can smile now if you want. There we go. Oh, there we go.
Guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you got some good information out of it, if it was any help at all, please leave a comment down below. Please make sure you are subscribed and your notifications are on. And if you do want to get yourself a trading plan written by me, please make sure you check out coachrichard.store. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, I'm all in. Brody on the line, I'm tapping in. Got out here pulling the strings for me. A girl on the line, she feeling me. Preoccupied by the motivation. Put in the time, pay the entry fee. Bro on the rise, yeah, he kinda nice. Inside of my mind, no one's real as me. Lately, life has been gorgeous. Wake up to clear, my eyes hit recorded. Praise up to God, I ain't chasing no bitch. Swinging and miss, got me hitting these licks. I get the orders, don't get it distorted.